Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. This is JT O'Sullivan. Today we got a good one. Sean McVay's biggest mistake from the Super Bowl out of his own mouth. Saw an interview the other day, McVay in the combine. He talked about this play. Specifically, he named the fifth play, but this is actually the sixth play, the one he was talking about. This is essentially a little high-low post in the same play that McCourty makes a huge breakup in later in the game. They really glossed over it in the TV coverage. Romo's mic wasn't working. You just watched it, didn't say anything about it in the actual coverage of it. So we're going to take a deep dive into this thing, watch it from all the angles, coach's tape, see exactly what McVay's talking about. I think there's some truth to what he's saying, but there's also some cover. So we'll see. Welcome to the QB School. So here it is from the coach's tape. In essence, it's just a post down the middle of the field by Cooks with a little in by Woods. Really similar concept for that big play late in the third quarter that they miss with really late, super hitchy. We are able to come back. This is early in the game. This is the sixth play of the game. One hitch, let it go normally is what McVay thought. They could maybe got these guys out of quarters coverage if they would have been able to hit this early in the game. And I think there is some truth to it. I think that McVay thinking that he was dialing this up specifically for quarters and Goff not knowing it because the game plan was so man-oriented and that really being able to call plays that were good against multiple looks is something that I think is a bit of a cover, in my opinion. This is a pretty simple play for most professional quarterbacks, for most quarterbacks in general. So in essence, what's going down here is you got a post, which is normally versus middle field close, just able to run this guy off. And then you got a little in or crosser coming across right here. But against quarters, which this is quarters, so four guys playing the four quarters of the field here. These guys will jump these under routes and often replace over the top. So what happens later in the game, which we'll watch next, is the backside corner comes back and makes the play because it's so late on the post. But on this one, early in the game, he's not a factor. He's hanging back the other side. He's hanging back here. And they're able to, this post is a huge hit for a touchdown right at the gate. Changes the total dynamic of the play. From that regard, I think McVay is really telling the truth. I think if they hit this play, it's a totally different game. But to blame it on preparation, to be able to say, like, I didn't give Goff enough multi-purpose plays or multi-coverage plays, is just, it's kind of a cop-out in my opinion. This is a known, everybody knows that verse quarters, you get this field safety, or really in this case, it's the boundary safety, but play side safety. If he comes down, you're going to, this all of a sudden is on, or to use his term, activated. This is a go. This is a high alert. We're going to go. And if both of these guys come down, it's wide open, which is exactly what happens right here. There's all sorts of space back here. Same thing that happens on the one where he ends up coming back late, making this play in the end zone, which we'll watch next. But this is the same play, straight up the same play. Nobody talked about it on the coverage. We're going to talk about it here. I think that this is a huge mistake. This is there for sure if he wants to take a shot, but he's coming out thinking he's going to get man. But regardless, you still got to read the play out. There's no man indicators right here. This is straight up quarters. 1st and 10 after the first down of the game. Wide open quarters look. You get back, one hitch right there, and you let that thing rip. He's at the top. You see the space, all sorts of space for him to be able to come out and just throw this thing down the hash. Right here, they usually say this, down the hash post for a touchdown. You see both these safeties coming down, getting involved, and this corner is not in a position yet to be able to make that play, which he will be on the next rep. So, yeah, big mistake. Huge. But to say that it's just on him for not coaching up his guys, I think it's on Goff too, for not being able to see it, recognize it in the moment. And yeah, there's some pass pro issues, but there's always going to be some pass pro issues. But this looks really awkward from the backside. He's locked in on the end. It's not there, and he just skunks it, essentially. To know that this play was a chance to be one of the biggest plays of the game, and this is the outcome of it, that will eat you up for the rest of your life. That is just a brutal, brutal miss. Read, mispreparation, whatever you want to call it. And then here's the next one that everybody's talked about. We've already broken it down on this show. Same similar concept. See the mailbox pop up. Cordy's able to come make a ridiculous play. Not going to spend a lot of time on this, but I want you to recognize it's the same concept. Same coverage. A little condensed by where it is on the field. But again, he's at the top. Now, when he takes the snap, he doesn't know what it is. You take the snap right there, that could be middle field closed. Could be man, could be middle field closed zone. But when you come around right there, you got to check the safeties. He's locked into the in. That's why he's late. So just being able to see the play. But this is the third quarter. So he's talking about adjustments in the game. He was talking about his play calling in this interview. I'll put the interview in the description below so you all know what I'm talking about. Don't think I'm making this up. But the idea being that you got to give plays that have answers to multiple coverages. Well, this play has answers to multiple coverages. This is the third quarter. You've now had time in between series, a full-on huge Maroon 5 show to be able to go in, make some adjustments, know that, hey, if we dial this up again, I'm calling it for quarters. There's just no way to get around it. It has to happen. It has to be a big play. It has to be a big hit. And it wasn't. And so, yeah, is that his biggest mistake? It very well could be. I think he's truthful when he says that there were many mistakes. But if they would have hit that big play on the 6th play of the game, it's a different game. So hopefully you enjoyed the analysis. Let me know what you think. Please give the channel a subscription if you haven't already. You want even more content, get over to the Patreon community. That's where the big time support goes in. So I really appreciate you watching the channel, checking it out. Let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good one.